coming. No cheese and wait. No God. Ah, my shoe. Ah. What's up, everybody? I'm only 8.5, 9 weeks late. Did you miss me?
Everybody wake up. It's a brand new day, and this is your chance to let your soul shine. Proud to be you and me, freaks and geeks. Always remember that your soul is divine. Come on.
Welcome to Lary Talk, everyone. Sorry about the delay. As I said in the last episode, I was getting my teeth pulled, the last of my 5. And when I got it done and I was toothless, I sounded way worse than what I do now. And now I'm looking all pretty again with my teeth. So it's still a process. So this episode is actually just going to be about my little journey about getting teeth pulled and getting dentures. And I got a few announcements to make. So let's get to things, shall we? There we go. Now I'll be able to hear myself. So last episode, I mentioned that we were going to go through chemo and the radiation portion of things. And we still plan on doing that. I just wanted to get something up, give you guys a little bit of updates and stuff like that. But here's the first update. As you knew, we had a sponsor, PL Handcrafted. They are no longer a sponsor due to personal choices and reasons, I guess. The company kind of went under. They're not really under, they're just pausing right now. So when you see the Lary code there for the promotion, it's no longer existent. Not that it mattered, none of you guys bought anything to notice. But I also got to make my first ever correction. The last episode, I can't even remember what I said, but I called Aaron Wade's Facebook page the wrong damn thing. The Facebook page is actually the silent partner. Going along with this book that you can get, The Silent Partner, My First Years in Laryngectomy, of course. And Aaron this week, because he's so awesome, sent me my own stickers. So as you see now, I'm wearing one. Can't really tell too well. You know, a little dark. But it's the logo for the show. Of course, when you click on the video or the link that you're watching or listening to us on, you've seen the logo. So that was pretty cool. So go check out the page and check out his book. Really good guy. And probably my #1 fan at this point. Thank you, Aaron. So now that we got that portion out of the way, let's talk about this little journey I went on, right? So as you all remember, I had 5 bottom teeth. And the reason why that happened is I didn't have great teeth to begin with before the laryngectomy surgery. And when you don't have good teeth, they're going to ask you to get them pulled before surgery. I didn't do it. I don't know why, stubbornness, stupidity, laziness, fear, all those things. So I didn't do that. And one of the reasons why they ask you to do that or have you do that is because they got to put stuff in your mouth, the respirators, so that you can breathe while they're doing the surgery, right? Well, that can knock out your teeth, cause damage, you can swallow, that kind of stuff, get down in your lungs, infections, you know, they're just trying to be safe. So I didn't do that, of course. So during the surgery, they took them out before they went in and cut my neck open and all that. Now, before the surgery actually took place that morning, I had a conversation with the woman that was going to pull my teeth. And I didn't want my teeth pulled. I mean, they were bad. They needed it. But, you know, I wanted to die having at least one tooth in my mouth, you know. So I didn't want to do it. So, sorry about that. So we come up with the thing about if you could save any, save them. I thought that'd be more than 5, you know. and it was 5 bottoms. So I looked like a bulldog. It was fun. Eating was a challenge because after surgery, eating is a totally different thing anyway. You no longer have those muscles, remember? So you're pretty much relying on swallowing and gravity and whatever liquid you can wash it down with. Well, when you got teeth, that's fine. You can chew them up real good. When you don't have teeth, it gets a little bit of a challenge. When you only have 5, you're eating really weird. It's a weird thing. You're trying to use 5 teeth and are not together. So it was a challenge. So because of the COVID thing and the pandemic, everything was shut down. I couldn't really get into a dentist. And then I did go see one dentist, and this jerkweed waits until I'm in the chair on my second visit, getting ready to get him pulled, to tell me that because I did radiation and chemo, that I have to go to an oral surgeon to get this. And they wanted me to go in a bio chamber or some crap, like I had the bends. And I'm like, no, just give me the pills. So I ended up having to go 2 hours away for this oral surgery. Now I'm thinking, oral surgery. I'm going to go under. They're going to do whatever, It was just a regular dentist. Like, they shoved me up a Novocaine. They pulled and scraped, called it a day. I didn't even get painkillers, man. So I went home that day with no painkillers, nothing, which was fine for like the first ride, half of the ride home. Once I more fear that Novocaine wore off, oh my God. And it took me out. Now, mind you, I had all 20 some teeth taken out of my head the day of my neck surgery. And I didn't feel that at all. I had no pain, nothing. In fact, I remember wiggling the stitches out that night because I'm smart. And so it was really weird that like this one whipped my ass. I was down and out for about a good week, man, just throbbing. I couldn't eat the normal things that I already had to eat, like I wasn't eating steak and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I was eating soft stuff. Once in a blue moon, I might be able to do like, roast or something like that. Some that's been slow cooked. So yeah, I wasn't eating like, steak and pork chops and burgers and all. I wasn't enjoying myself at all. In fact, I ate a lot of peanut butter because I remembered in class in school that we learned that, peanut butter was invented for people that didn't have teeth who could still get protein. So I'm like, well, shit, if it worked back then, it's going to work now, right? And it did. It did really well. Peanut butter is great. If you don't like peanut butter or you're allergic to it, that sucks. So I get the teeth pulled. I'm down for a week. I did a little test on this. I was gonna record and do a podcast, a little update. And I noticed how bad I sounded. It was like Mike Tyson, lisping all over the place. It was horrible. And I just looked foolish, So I decided not to do that. Then I got the dentures and I've had to get them readjusted, and I still got to get them readjusted. And I learned that once you get dentures, they're not like regular teeth at all, at all. You got to learn to talk again, like for one, which for a normal person, probably pretty easy. But this will be the 3rd time in a year that I had to learn to talk again. And when I say learn to talk, not like I had to learn how to do it, just certain things, like you'll still hear it. Certain things like the S's and stuff like that. You got shoe boxes in your mouth pretty much. So you got to get used to that. Eating with them is like, I thought eating with dentures was going to be the greatest. I was like, all right, I'm finally going to be able to, and the first thing I ate, because I'm a New Yorker, it was the worst, best gas station pizza I have ever had, ever. On a normal day, 2-3 years ago, I would have fucking thrown that in the garbage. It was trash. But the fact that I haven't had a slice of pizza since surgery, since before surgery, yeah, I was craving a goddamn pizza. The next on the list was burger, steak, all that good stuff. But what I learned was, unless I have the glue on, because again, they need to be adjusted, and they still need to be adjusted, but I need to have them resized, I think, because when they did the fitting, they did it before I had my teeth pulled, and then they did it again after my teeth were pulled. And I just don't think the swelling had gone down enough. And I guess after 6 months, you get a refitting and go from there. So I'm just waiting it out pretty much at this point. But I was noticing that with eating, man, like especially the bottoms, they'll just rock and move. And it was really, really tricky. Swallowing already was tricky because, again, surgery. So to have something already in your mouth and you got to swallow, it was a little hard to learn. But we got there. We got there slowly. So that explains the time off I took, hopefully I don't get that much time off again. No, it's just insane. I was bored as hell. But at the same time, gave me some ideas to do for the show, and I was able to set up some things. The one announcement I got, Lary Talk will finally have its first guest appearance. It's Dr. Cynthia Davis with the Cleveland Medical Center. She works in the hematology department, specializing in oncology. She was my personal doctor. She's a great lady. She's fun, funny. And we're going to go in detail with her about stuff about chemo, mainly side effects, stuff like that. I've asked her some questions. I've already sent them. And we'll be filming the interview next week, hopefully. So in the meantime, it's just been me and her trying to figure out a good time for each other. Like I ain't got a life, but this woman's a busy woman. So that's coming up next episode. Regardless, I won't even record anything until that episode because it's important to me. It's important, I think, anyway, in general. But the fact that it's going to be the first person I have ever interviewed, especially like this, it's going to be kind of cool. And it might be a train wreck. So you never know. You never know. But hopefully, and I'm expecting everything to go pretty good with this one. It's going to be a great time, and I hope everybody tunes in. Maybe you'll learn something. You're definitely going to learn something about Cindy as a person. Some of the questions I'm asking, you'll see on other shows, on other podcasts, when they ask a doctor, they don't really get personal details. You know what I mean? I'm on the other hand going from personal to what side effects and what chemo does to somebody, the do's and don'ts, that kind of stuff like that. It's going to be a pretty interesting episode either way. So back to the teeth thing, right? The pain that I went through with this. I like to think I'm a tough guy, I've gone through some shit. I'm pretty high tolerant with pain. This whooped my ass. Like, I didn't even think about calling like my local dentist and being like, hey man, can I get some Vicodin or something? Not that I would take it anyway, because I'm one of those that hates pills. I can't stand it. That's why chemo and radiation and all this, going through all this, sucked for me because I had to shove down so many pills, and I hate pills. I usually don't even take an Advil unless it's like massive. That week I swallowed probably a good handful, right? It was insane. And the only reason why I could think that it hurt so bad is because when I got all those taken out during surgery, I also had my neck cut open. So there's a lot of nerves in between there that are connected, you know what I mean? So I'm sure that numbed it up for me. And I was feeling everything here, not there. Who knows? Maybe they did something different during the surgery. I don't know. I just know that this was way worse. Like, I didn't feel anything after the laryngectomy. I felt this, and I felt it bad. And it was fun when they were pulling the teeth out. They're all scraping at the bone, and you can feel, but it don't hurt, but you can feel it, and then you could hear it. It was just just thinking about it probably makes a lot of you just, I'm sure whoever, like I'm sure my wife, when she watches this, will be doing that. But all in all, I'm kind of glad I had it done. I'm glad I got the dentures. I'm still learning shit with them. I'm still learning how to eat with them. At this point, I got to use the glue to keep them up in my mouth. The top ones are all right until I eat, Then, like I said, I get refitted in like 6 months. I'll just stick it out until then. I've been able to eat things I haven't been able to eat in a couple of years, though, and that's been fucking amazing. I grabbed a bag of Fritos because and nuts. I haven't been able to eat peanuts in so long, so it's definitely worth it. Um, so some of the other reasons why they'll actually have their teeth pulled will be after surgery too. Like if you got bad teeth, you know, radiation will do some damage to your teeth. Even if you got good teeth, they'll eventually do some damage to it. But it weakens your bone and your teeth ain't bone, you know, contrary to what a lot of people think. So the radiation will make your teeth rot out, which is pretty sad too, because anybody that's had a bad tooth pain, man, you know how that is. So a lot of times, man, there's probably a lot of you watching this that have dentures because or partials because of radiation, or you prevented it by just getting them pulled before you did radiation. Now, I wasn't that lucky. I had to put the 5 in, did my radiation, and then they really did do a damage. Like I wasn't eating anything, you know, massively hard. I couldn't. And the way my jaw was shaped, I couldn't even get, you know, all the way together anyway. So, and what little bit I did was chip it away. And, you know, I was eating mostly like sandwiches and stuff like that. Once in a while, I'd have a grilled cheese, you know, nothing hard at all. So you figure if it was doing that, man, think of what it would do if you just grabbed a bag of chips or something like that. God, it was great eating a Butterfinger though. Struggled, but it was fucking awesome. I haven't had that in so long. I didn't eat that before because, you know, I had bad teeth. I was afraid of breaking them. So eating a Butterfinger, I struggled and enjoyed every freaking minute of that. But, you know, their teeth, what are you going to do? I think they look better now. I mean, it's weird to see me with straight teeth. It's still, I look at myself in the mirror and like, that ain't right. They weren't that good before. They weren't even this good when I was 6, you know? Like, but here they are, all perfect and straight and weird and shaping my mouth different, making me say S's with a slur. It's a good time. So on that note, if any of you have any dentures or anything like that, you've been through this experience, feel free to share it on a Facebook page. You look up Lary Talk, you can find us there. Share down here in the comments on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Hit like and subscribe, by the way. Get your notifications so that way you'll know when I come up and all that good crap. I won't threaten you like most channels. Everybody's like, if you don't hit the subscribe, nothing's going to happen. You just don't get bothered. That's all. But you can also find us at LaryTalk.com, by the way. Up there, you'll find like the latest episodes. You can actually find resources for local cancer centers to help you if you're in need. Your local resource centers can help you out from anywhere from helping you with financial issues to getting you medical. So I definitely suggest checking them out and get involved with your locals and do your part. So with that, I also would like to announce that Lary Talk is going to have a Facebook group. I plan on making that right after I do this, actually. Give me a couple rules with the group, though. I don't want any politics. Let's not talk about COVID. I am so sick of talking about COVID. Seriously, fuck off with the COVID. Get the shot. Don't get the shot. I don't give a fuck at this point. I'm just tired of hearing about it. And here's my opinion about it. If you're not getting the shot because of like, you know, you're allergic or you got some medical problem, fine. If you're not getting the shot because you don't trust it for medical reason and scientific reason, fine. But if you're doing it because you're fucking on some team anti-vaxxer or whatever, you're a douchebag. You're part of the problem. Nobody should be forced to do anything. Sorry. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Fuck COVID. You go through what I went through during the COVID thing, and you'll probably be saying that too. There's probably a couple of you out there right now that are going like this to people. Fuck COVID. So that'll be the rules. No politics. Please stay away from the COVID. No arguing. We're going to try and make it a fun, positive group. Okay. Obviously, no spamming boards. You don't do that anyway. You know, that's just wrong. I don't even do that with the show. I don't even hardly ever do I post anything about this show on another page, you know, unless I get permission. So look out for that coming. And on a sadder note, we're going to have to end this on a sad note this week. The Larry world lost a very valuable person a couple weeks ago. He was on my show too. It let me use one of his videos. Bill Cross, passed away a couple weeks ago. As I was calling him, Larry Guyver. He also ran the Larry Voice Facebook group, which is a support group on Facebook. He was a really good guy. And sadly, we lost him. And he's somebody that was really needed in the Larry world. He came up with all kinds of things to help out other Larrys. So remember, it's not what you can't do, it's what you can't do yet. And on that note, take care of yourselves, and until next time.
I did do a video a long time ago with the harmonica, and I didn't do very good on it. I'm still not very good on it, but there's certain things you cannot do with the harmonica, being a laryngectomy. By playing it with your neck, it's a little weird, but you do get to be able to draw, which is necessary to really be able to play the harmonica. You just can't hold certain tones as long, because with, I've noticed it, we run out of air very quickly. It just, boom, goes out very fast. So when I do it, I won't be able to talk, but I'll let you kind of at least see what I'm trying to accomplish. I take a mouthpiece that was used from a nebulizer that I don't use, and I put little pads on both top and bottom that, with a tape, reduces to where I have a very small piece that I can use to get one note instead of the old wide one, which you get 3 or 4 notes at the same time. It doesn't sound very good. The other thing is that allows me to use both of my hands and not having to hold it quite as often. It does fit into the old bases much better than it does the new one, but the other day it was on a new one and it does work. I can do it on the new ones. It's just better with the old bass. So today I've actually got the old bass in. I wanted to go back to the Stavilla bass. It looks weird, but it does work.